Kentucky Colonels. True. I should learn what comes with it. I don't know if I'm supposed to get some tax breaks. I don't know if I'm in a position of power in any way. I'll look into that and get back to you. I am also a reverend. I married 9 friends and family members. I am retired. Do not ask me to do it for you. Once word got out, I got asked to officiate a wedding once a day, and I've renounced my faith. TikTok. What's that? Is that a pajama top? It definitely harkens to a pajama top. It's not. It was a decently priced shirt. Maybe you guys have heard of it. Prada. Sal's worst punishment. Can someone tell me why Sal is always punished? Okay, on the show Impractical Jokers, if you don't know it, then I don't know where you're from, but I think it plays everywhere all day, and I think that was part of the deal we signed with the devil. Us and Mario Cantone. If you go to a hotel, that's all that's on the airwaves. The network took a poll of who they wanted to see punished the most, and it was resoundingly me, and the feedback was people like to see me suffer. I suffer in a funny way. Next. So crazy they're on season 11 now. How do they make it so funny still after all this time? Well, thank you, Funnyman6549. I got a team of people that work with us, and it's very collaborative, and they're like family. Every season before it starts, we lock ourselves in a room, and we figure how can we make this season different? How many other dick jokes can we make? Things like that. Posted. Let's check out Instagram, shall we? For the life of me, I don't know how they film everything in the New York area, and no one ever recognizes them. Okay, we get recognized all the time, but we just don't put that in the show. That's not what the show is. Think about if you tuned in for a half hour and I showed you 30 people recognizing me one after the other. I'm just shocked that these nuts existed then. I really thought us Gen Zers created that. Gabby.tac, are you crazy? Pick up a book. These nuts have been around since like To Kill a Mockingbird, bro. I used to deliver pizza. I had a car that was $500 a cost. My friends took white tape and on the windshield they put D's nuts. And I delivered pizza like that for 1 year with that on the windshield. All right, guys, that's it. I am signing off of the internet for now. That is enough to make me feel bad about myself for a couple of weeks.
This is a normal go-karting race between me and my mate.
You had that on there. Yeah, it's always my sponsorship knows no bounds.
But right now, it's time to suit up. Let's get racing.
Look at that. We are the same person.
If I could just grow a couple of centimetres,
And I could lose a bit of weight. Then
With our matching race suits, helmets, and glasses, even the Buckmore staff that were in on the switch could barely tell us apart.
which one's Jack and which one's Max? Correct answer.
So all that was left to do was to hijack away before my fellow competitors arrived.
Oh,
You got a chair.
I got a chair, I got a snack, coffee.
See you in a bit.
And I spent my remaining minutes preparing on the track.
You could argue that this isn't the nicest thing for me to do for my friends and that it's not a very nice gift. But you know what is a nice gift? Air Up, the revolutionary way to drink water. You see, I'm not the best gift giver. Over the years, I've given my family and friends gifts. Thanks very much, Air Up, for sponsoring the video. Now it's time to meet my friends at go-karting. Hola!
My competitors for the day had arrived.
Hello!
George Clarkey, Arthur Hill, Ed Chapman, Arthur Television,
Oh, God, Kermit's in your frog.
and last but certainly not least, Josh the Burnt Chip Larkin, member and founder of the YouTube go-karting team Senor Frogs, Buckmore Park regular, and the only potential adversary for Jack in the roster.
You come in like every weekend, though, don't you?
As for the rest of the boys, their karting experience varied.
How do I know when I'm turning, when I'm not turning, and which part I'm turning?
There's a wall in front of you.
To decide our placement on the starting grid, we were going to start with 3 laps of the course. And remember, if I wanted any chance of swapping out with Jack with no one noticing, I would need to be starting at the back of the grid. First up in qualifying, Ed Chapman.
I don't know what I'm doing.
How many spins is Ed going to do on his first lap?
Okay, bye. Oh, it moved!
And away we go.
Jesus! Don't know how fast this thing goes, but I'm about to find out.
Is he pressing the accelerator?
Am I going fast? I don't know.
He's got a great racing line.
Yeah, well, he's got enough time to judge it.
Oh my God, this thing's fast!
I'm spinning around.
Newbie Ed hadn't made the best debuts, and things were looking good for Team Fosh Aitken.
It's a casual 30 seconds off the pace.
As Ed came into the pits, his fastest qualifying lap was a 1 minute 20 seconds. Next up, George Clarkey.
This is going to be awful. We've just been laughing at Ed. Now I'm going to go and do worse.
Hit the apex, turn it in.
It's looking promising for your Clarky, I think.
Oh, baby!
George is one of those guys that's good at everything.
I feel like I'm doing okay, but then I did say that when I lost my virginity.
That's a great little line. George famously good with lines.
That's very true.
What a day. Thanks, Max Fosh. I don't feel like I did awful there.
George, with a decisive lead over Ed, puts a 1 minute 6 seconds on the board.
Well done, mate.
Was it wet?
I mean, I don't know what drive feels like. We'll talk about the date.
Arthur Hill.
The boys did their best to tackle the track, but so far none of the laps were even close to what Jack was capable of.
If they're that kind of pace, plenty of spare time for us at the end of the race.
As Arthur Hill was finishing with a 1 minute 7 seconds, and even Arthur TV clocked in a respectable 1 minute 1.
No, that is relatively fast.
We still hadn't seen a sub 1 minute time. That is, until full kit wanker Senor Frog himself, Burnt Chip, took to the track.
Right, here we go. Oh, look at him. He's a green mean machine.
Just the way he's sat, he looks like the Stig.
Here we go!
I was starting to worry.
Oh, no.
Even Jack was impressed with Chip's time.
So Josh has already gone fastest on his first lap. Is he a bit of a pro or what?
He's like he's milking a little cow.
I'm waving.
Chip's fastest lap came in at a rapid 56 seconds, easily topping the charts.
He's 22 seconds quicker than Ed.
Well, don't stop. Come on.
With Chip's time so much faster than the others, Jack was starting to worry.
So I thought it was going to be an easy day out. That's what Max promised me anyway.
But there wasn't much we could do about that now. As with my qualifying laps next, I had my own problem.
So I've got a bit of a problem here. Ed has made things quite difficult for me to come last. So I need to spin many times.
Time for one of the worst karting laps in Buckmore history.
God. Spun already.
Somebody's in trouble.
And as well as spinning out, I thought I'd take a break, just out of sight of the boys.
Just wait here for a bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
He is struggling out there. That's where I spun it.
Make it look like I'm angry, but I'm actually ecstatic about it. Woo!
What is Max is doing something tactically here? This looks suspicious.
Where is it? That seems quite bad.
I'd given it my best, or should I say, my worst, but somehow I'd still managed a faster lap time than Ed.
Well, it makes me feel a little bit better.
Qualifying over, the leaderboard was set and the starting positions were finalised. Josh and Arthur TV up front, George Clark and Arthur Hill taking 3rd and 4th position, with Ed and I taking up the rear, and a 120-lap race to determine the winner. And if no one notices that Jack and I switch places, that winner will be me.
It's over to you now.
But this switcheroo is child's play compared to what I talk about in my new stand-up show Loophole that I'm currently on tour with in the US of A. It's a comedy show where I talk about the biggest loophole I've ever found, and I'm doing shows all across America. But there's limited seats still available, so you've got to make sure you get yours now. If you're a fan of the viz, it really is the best way to support the channel. So don't miss out, and I'll see you there. But how do I get Jack onto the track and into my cart?
Shall we just go for a stand-in start this time, guys?
Easy. You pretend you forget your gloves.
Number 1, you don't have any gloves on.
Where's he going?
He's left his gloves.
Go. What's going on?
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Foshy, foshy, foshy.
Well, let's get going then.
Switch complete. And we were off. And Jack immediately gains 2 positions. Me, on the other hand, needed a place to spectate from,
Fosh would have taken me already.
without getting recognised.
I want to watch the rest, control it. So, I've no idea who Max Fosh is. Hello, guys. Who's winning?
It does seem that my extreme sudden jump in skill level was a little too much for some of the drivers to believe.
There is not a chance that that is Max Fosh in that car. He's literally right behind me.
Because I'm winning. Look at me. I'm doing such a good job.
Oh my God, he's already passing. Who is that in there?
Shows all you really need is a Formula 1 driver and you're absolutely sorted.
By lap 2, Jack had caught up with Chip and taken 1st place.
Why is he so quick?
But the job wasn't done yet. I wanted to make sure this was as realistic as possible, so that means I would need to switch back on the final lap. But to keep 1st place, I needed as big of a lead that Jack could give me, so I thought I'd give him some encouragement.
Welcome to Buckmore Park for a fantastic afternoon of racing. Currently, Max Fosh, who's leading the pack. Quite a feat, considering that Max did come last at the end of the race. He's got someone else in his sight. I think that's George Clark there.
Oh my God, I can see Max Fosh. I'm not in like a bad girl way, in like a... Oh my God, I hate posh people way.
And the laps just kept on coming.
Oh my God, he's at me again! Not 3 times!
That's Fosh. He's gonna lap me.
So the gap between myself and Chip is currently 6.5 seconds. So I am going to need to put that gap a little bit further.
Yes, I can't see Max right now. I cannot catch him.
Jack had increased his lead to a 10-second gap.
Hey!
So I decided to get ready for the old switch back. Jack had a decent lead and I'd been counting his lap, but one mistake and the entire plan would be ruined. So this had to go perfectly. We'd done it. One more glory lap and sweet victory would be mine.
Imagine it just is Max. Practice it for all this time.
Spinning around, doing okay. I know it feels because I like it like this.
And across the line. But would switching back be enough to convince them that it was me racing? Or was it all too unbelievable that I was that good of a driver?
There's no way. Is it Max? There's no fucking way.
Take your time, guys.
I was convinced it wasn't you at first.
You lapped me within about a minute.
Did you go to Los Santos Customs beforehand?
I'd made it to the first place podium, but it just didn't feel that good.
You deserve it.
Thanks.
Partly because I cheated to get there, and partly because I could tell they didn't actually believe it was me. So I decided to let the cat out the bag.
Now, obviously, I've got a shock for you guys. That wasn't me driving.
I can't believe it! But it looked just like you inside the thing. It actually looked just like you.
Please welcome the person you were actually racing, Formula 2 and Formula 1 driver, Jack Aitken. It was all a ruse. You realised on the start line, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a feeling. I think that's yours, pal.
Yeah.
Why are you drinking?
Silver Defender asks, not counting pyramid power, was there a story you wish you didn't touch with a 50-foot barge pole? No, pyramid power is the biggest story that we should never have done. It's the dumbest. I can say it's the dumbest story. Pyramid power, the idea behind pyramid power is if you take a pyramid of any kind, cardboard, paper, metal, apparently doesn't matter, and you put a razor blade underneath it, the razor blade will get sharper. This is not true. We tested this. This is a Tory, Grant, and Carey myth. They tested it with scanning electron microscopes and yielded nothing. But I wanted to use this question as an opportunity to talk about a story